I just want to read my P part, Lily stammered, clutching the paper so tightly her knuckles turned white. The classroom snickers began softly, then spread like wildfire. A few kids exchanged cruel grins, and one boy, Ryan, mimicked her stutter under his breath. The teacher tried to hush them, but the damage was already done. Lily's face flushed crimson. Her throat tightened, and all she wanted in that moment was to disappear. No one knew that for Lily, every word felt like walking barefoot over glass. Lily Adams had always been a quiet girl. At 16, she sat in the back row, rarely raising her hand, even though she knew the answers most of the time. She wasn't shy by nature, she was scared. Every time she opened her mouth, the stutter came, and with it, the laughter. It wasn't just about the words. It was the looks, those pitying eyes from teachers, those smirks from classmates, those whispered jokes in the hallway. "Hey LL Lily," they'd tease, mocking her speech. At first, she tried to ignore it. She told herself it would stop. But bullying doesn't stop when ignored, it grows louder when the victim stays silent. One day after class, Ryan, the loudest of her bullies, stopped her in the hallway. "Hey, maybe try breathing next time before you speak," he laughed, holding up his phone where he'd recorded her struggling to say a few lines during literature class. Lily's stomach dropped. "Please delete it," she whispered. "Relax," he grinned. "It's just for fun." That night, she lay in bed replaying the laughter over and over again. The video had already spread across social media, tagged with mocking captions. For the first time, she thought about never speaking again. The next morning, Lily didn't say a word. She stopped answering teachers. She avoided group projects. Even her best friend, Mia, couldn't get her to talk. "Lil, you don't have to hide," Mia begged. "They're jerks. Don't let them win." But Lily just shook her head. Days turned into weeks. The girl with the stutter had now become the girl who didn't speak at all. And strangely, no one seemed to notice, or care. Until one afternoon, their English teacher, Mrs. Harper, announced the upcoming Voices of Change speech competition. "This year," she said, "every student must present a short speech about something that matters to them." The class groaned, but Mrs. Harper smiled. "Your voice matters. Every voice does." Lily's heart pounded. Every voice. The words stuck with her, echoing all day. That night, Mia called her. "You should do it," she urged. "I see can't," Lily whispered. "You know what happens when I talk." "But what if, this time it's different?" Mia said gently. "What if you tell them what it feels like? What if you make them listen?" Lily didn't sleep that night. She sat by her desk, staring at the empty page, until finally she began to write, about fear, shame, and how people forget that kindness costs nothing. The day of the competition arrived. The auditorium buzzed with excitement. Students cheered for their friends, but when Mrs. Harper called, "Next, Lily Adams," the room went strangely quiet. Ryan leaned over to his friend and whispered, "This should be fun." Lily walked up to the stage, trembling. Her paper shook in her hands. She looked at the crowd, the same faces that had laughed at her, mocked her, ignored her. For a second, she almost turned back. But then she saw Mia in the front row, giving her a small, encouraging nod. Lily took a deep breath. "ISS Stutter," she began, her voice quivering. A few giggles rippled through the crowd, but she didn't stop. "For years, I've been told that my voice isn't good enough. That I should just be quiet. But what they don't know, is that silence hurts more than any word ever could." Her eyes lifted from the paper. Tears shimmered, but her tone grew steadier. "I've learned that every voice, no matter how broken, no matter how slow, deserves to be heard." The laughter stopped. The room was silent, the kind of silence that comes when people finally listen. Even Ryan looked down, shame washing over his face. By the time Lily finished, tears streaked her cheeks, but she smiled. For the first time, she wasn't running from her voice, she was owning it. The entire hall erupted in applause. Mrs. Harper wiped her eyes. Mia stood cheering. And Ryan, the boy who had mocked her, was clapping too, though quietly, head bowed. Lily didn't win the competition that day. But she won something far greater, respect. After school, Ryan found her at her locker. "Hey, Lily," he said awkwardly. I wanted to say sorry. I was a jerk. You didn't deserve that." Lily looked at him, unsure how to respond. But she saw genuine guilt in his eyes. "I just wanted people to laugh," he continued, "but you made me think." She nodded slowly. Thank you," she said softly. Over the next few weeks, something incredible happened. People started to notice Lily, not as the girl who stuttered, but as the girl who stood tall despite it. Teachers praised her courage. Students approached her for advice. And when she spoke, no matter how long it took, they listened. Lily joined the drama club that spring. The same girl who once hid from her own voice was now performing on stage, her stutter still there, but no longer defining her. She had learned to let it be part of her story, not the end of it. Months later, during the end-of-year assembly, Mrs. Harper invited Lily to give a short talk on finding your voice. Lily walked to the microphone, no paper this time. "I used to think my stutter made me weak," she said. "But I was wrong. It makes me human. It taught me to be patient, with myself and others. It taught me that courage isn't about speaking perfectly, it's about speaking anyway." The audience rose to their feet in thunderous applause. In that moment, Lily realized something beautiful. Her voice, imperfect, trembling, real, had power. And for the first time in her life, she wasn't afraid of being heard. Sometimes the things that make us different are the very things that make us powerful. Lily's story reminds us that kindness can change lives, and that courage isn't the absence of fear, but the decision to speak in spite of it. If this story touched your heart, tell us what you felt in the comments below. Have you ever faced something that made you afraid to speak up? We'd love to hear your story. And don't forget, your support helps us share more stories like this every day. Like, share, comment, and subscribe to Heartfelt Tales, where every story speaks to the heart.